Hello everyone, this is Tina with Tia's Treasures, and today I have for you the August 2022 Pink and Mang kit. I have not opened it yet. I just opened the outside wrapper it came in, and it's the end of August. I got this like over a week ago. Yeah, I haven't looked at it yet because I knew I didn't have time to do anything with it. So let's take out the lovely package that it comes in. I'm going to take out the cardstock real quick so we can look at that. Come on, box. Okay, so our color palette. Oh, I got spots all over my glass mat. I was making a card earlier and I did some gold splatter. It's all dry, but I didn't see it till I just sat down right now. So I'll have to get that a bit later. We have a red, a orange, a yellow. Oh, looks like we're gonna have a rainbow palette, a green, a blue, and a purple. Definitely rainbow. So cool. Yes, come on. Oh, the blue is hiding now. I have no fingernails, so everything's getting kind of hard to pick up. And of course we have two ice rink. So I just love this colors. They're so bright and vibrant. And now let's take a look at what is in the pack. Oh, look at that. We have a kind of a bigger envelope. I believe it's, I think Michelle said it will fit the cardstock. Yes, it will. Wow. And it's got like a lighter pink color. So I'm gonna pull out our little recipe card first. Oh no, all my sequins are in the bottom of my bag and all over the place. Well, at least they're caught in the bag. So this is You Are My Favorite Melody. And we get a stamp set, a die set, a stencil, sequins, paper pad, embossing folder, colored cardstock, white cardstock, mesh bag, enamel dots, and envelope seals. Let's take a look. Put my paper pad. I gotta like just brush off all my sequins because I want to hide them in one place and try to get them out. Because if I recall, it was pretty. The sequin mix that I saw in the video that was put out are very pretty. I'm like, out of all the ones to break open. Oh, look at that. Let's see. Look at that stencil. All those musical notes. That is pretty cool. We have a embossing folder. I'm trying to scrape off my sequins with dots. Sequin, sequin, sequins. So a dot embossing folder. Wow. We have my open bag of sequins. Where is it? Where's it open from? Gotta be up. Yep, the side is split. So it would have been a lovely, lovely bag of sequins. I'm gonna have to tape that up, and like I said, get all these sequins in there. And our dots, our enamel dots. Again, getting sequins off of this bag. Look at that, matches. Here's our envelope seals. Those are pretty. Forget your trebles. Love it. That is. Oh, sequin actually made it, and they made it inside my stamps. Look, they're actually in there. Wow. Is that in there? No. Look at that. Look at that. Can you see that? I'm going to have to get those all out. Shouldn't be that much trouble, which I will do after my video. Getting them all over the place. Okay, so our stamp set. It's a beautiful heart with all these musical notes. We have this musical rainbow, the treble clef, and some musical notes. And you are my favorite melody, just a note. Music is life, our hearts have a beat. Forget your troubles, come on, be happy. Where words fail, music speaks. And then we have the dies that it looks like, no, it doesn't cut that. It doesn't cut any of these for a change. But we have a treble clef, some musical notes, a musical note with a heart, and you are this song in my heart. Oh, you are the song in my heart. That's pretty cool. And none of these look like they're really that hard to cut out if you wanted to fussy cut them. This one, I'm sure we'd find a heart die to use. So cool. So let me work on getting, oh, I guess I could look at this real quick, huh? I was gonna say, let me work on getting my sequins out, but I think I'll just look at these real quick. Ooh, we already know they're gonna be kind of rainbowy. Pretty. Oh, that's pretty. That's awesome. You see in the back of these two? Oh, that is lovely. All of these are so cool. Oh, I like that. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Is that like... No, I don't think. Oh, I guess this is awesome. These are the backs of all those colors, but they are on the side, so you see them first. And just in case you didn't see all of the backs, see, that is kind of awesome. And these are heavy. I don't know if you know that, but I mean, listen, they're a heavy cardstock. Let's say 110 pound at least. So anyway, that is the kit this month. So let's make a few cards. So for this first card, I've got it way sped up right now, as you can see. I'll slow down a bit after this. I am inking up the stencil, and I'm using Simon Hurley inks. We have Fake Plant, Clear Skies, Crown Me, Shooting Star, Traffic Cone, and Bee Sting. And I think they make a really bright, vibrant rainbow. And I am stenciling them at an angle. Stenciling, is that a word? I guess it would be. Anyhow, I'm inking them up at an angle. I guess that would be a more accurate sentence. And like I said, these inks are really nice and vibrant, and they blend beautifully. I don't use them enough, but I do find a lot of them match pretty well with the pink and Maine papers. So that's what we're using. And we are going in rainbow order: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. And I'm going to slow this down when we peel it back, because that's the most satisfying time of all, getting to see what it looks like underneath the stencil. And you can tell it's going to be vibrant just from the ink on top. And now I'm just putting those inks to the side, and ooh, look at that. Isn't that pretty? That turned out really well. And I like it on the white paper because I just think it showcases the inks. So I'm going to use a little bit of rainbow foil paper that I got from a Simon Says stamp way back when. You can buy the big sheets. I haven't seen the little ones again. And I'm going to use the die cut that says "You Are the Song in My Heart." Now, I accidentally, when I put it through, I ended up putting it through on the wrong side of my plate, so I ruined the rest of the foil paper. It's got like those lines all over it, and it's really not salvageable. Anything else I use, it's going to just look kind of cruddy, unfortunately, because this paper is in limited supply in my stash. So I am gluing down You Are the Song in My Heart, and I glue that down flat, and I'm still sped up pretty quickly here, and I'm taking a A2 card base, and it's top folding, and I am going to cut down the sides of that so we have a little bit of a frame. And I am using some fun foam. It's got double-sided, well, it's got adhesive on both sides, so I don't have to worry about gluing it down, and it's pretty thick. So I'm just going to put my stenciled background on top of that, and that's gonna be almost it for this card. I decide that we should put some sequins on it, and we just skipped right over that, didn't we? Well, trust me, I put sequins on that. I had like 2 hours of footage, so I really kind of tried to edit this way down. Now for this second card, I am going to be using this rainbow paper, and I'm going to emboss it. And so it's got like these fun little dots, and we're going to cut that down to 4 and 5.5 when we're done, 5 1/4. But first we're going to run that folder through the Platinum 6, the special edition one. I love the color of this Platinum 6, so I kind of had to get it. I had a real old Big Shot, which, you know, it's not like it went bad, but my daughter's getting into card making, so I used that excuse. I gave it to her, got myself the new Platinum 6. So here I am cutting down this card base, and it's just that rainbow is just really, really pretty. And we are going to use the die cut again. And I die cut some of the black heart pattern paper. You're going to see that momentarily. I thought about using the shadow die, but I decided at the last minute no. And I am going to also, because You Are the Song in My Heart, well, we need a little song, so we're going to bring in the little heart note. It just goes perfect with the sentiment. And I'm trying to, you know, decide at that point, what papers I wanted to use. And that's when I went in and I got the little black pattern paper with the little multicolored hearts all over it. And I accidentally cut my sentiment upside down. My little hearts are upside down, but unless you're really looking, you can't tell. The note turned out right side up, and that was the most important one, because that's the one you're going to notice. I bet if I didn't tell you my little hearts were upside down on my sentiment, you might not even notice it. So now y'all got to go look, and you won't be able to unsee it now that I told you what's going on with it. But I'm going to glue this down flat, and I'm going to glue it right over would it be the apex of all these rainbows? I think that's the word we're looking for. So we're going to glue that down flat, and then we are going to pop up my little note there, and I popped it up on some real kind of flat little foam tape. That's what I'm looking for. My brain just kind of froze for a second. And now I am going to glue this down on our card base. Again, all my cards are A2. And we've got the little white border, which I think works in this case, just because of the rainbow. The black cardstock would work too, but I think the white almost works better to bring, you know, brighten up the rainbow a bit. And now I'm just gluing down 6 sequins. Normally I like to use the enamel dots on my cards, but these sequins were just so bright and shiny that I used them, and I didn't use the enamel dots on any of the cards, which is kind of unusual for me. But I used like a rainbow of different colors on here, and I think it turned out just lovely. So that is card number 2. Now for card number 3, I've got the little heart set up in the Misty already. And I was going to try rainbow order, but it kept messing up. So I thought to myself, I have a Hero Arts palette. And I never know what to do with these palettes because, you know, they've got the different colors already in it. But it worked pretty good for this. Now, it's not exactly the rainbow color, the bright rainbow colors, but it's because it's a sunset palette. But it worked. It's got some pinks and orange, red, blues. And I fussy cut the heart out because I did not have a heart die that would work. My hearts all have either little scallops on them or little cutouts, so I was stuck fussy cutting. And I am using the blue pattern paper with the little musical notes because there's 2 different shades of blue in this heart, so I thought that might work out best. And so I cut that down to 4 by 5 1/4. And there's my little card base again. I made all the card bases, but I've got them already scored, so I'm not just like free folding them. And I am going to pop up the heart. I'm going to pop it up with some foam tape. I am gluing down a strip inside. I think I glued down a strip on a lot of these cards. I just didn't show it. So now we're going to glue down flat our little pattern paper. And these cards are all just so bright and cheerful. And so now I've got that heart going there right in the center. And I have got a sentiment that says music is life, our hearts have a beat. And I just stamped it out on white with some VersaFine Black Onyx ink. And we are just going to put it down in the corner. Now I'm using my glitter pen to kind of glitter these up. I was going to just glitter the entire heart, but when I started to color it in on the very bottom, it started to smear. And so I stopped that right away and just dabbed these on. And that's card number 3. Now for card number 4, I'm doing a shaker card. And I originally was going to try to use some tonic shaker envelopes I have, but they're very, very thick plastic. And I couldn't get it to not bow my card. So you can see there, I pulled it off, and that's why the back has some of the white paper that kind of ripped off a little bit. But I decided to use some packaging. And I am just using, you might recognize, this is some Spellbinders double-sided tape. I have so much of this in my stash right now. So I thought I would just use that for our shaker. And I am putting that on all 4 sides. And we are going to tape up 3 of the sides to start. And this card, we're going to use the sentiment and the little musical note, just like we did on the second card. But yeah, so here we have our tape. It's not exactly straight, but that's okay. It's gonna work anyhow. You know, it doesn't matter if it's straight as long as there are no places for the sequins to escape once we put them in. Now I decide I should cut off a little bit of that packaging. I have it a little bit too big. So on the sides, I'm just cutting it down just a little bit so we don't have too much overhanging. And I am going to peel off the release paper of the 3 sides, and we're going to just stick that packaging down. And we are going to cut off a little bit of the corners so it's not so bulky. I think I show myself doing that, like right there. And now I am putting on some more double-sided tape, but we're going to use that when we put the card on our card base. I mean, I really didn't need to do that now. It just probably looks confusing. But I just had it in my hand, and I thought, why not? And we've still got that piece on top that we have not folded over yet because we have not put our sequins in it yet. But here we go. We're going to put those sequins in. I have some in a little bitty tray just waiting for me. As you can see, I did end up getting them out of the bag. the ones that were all in there. Now these are only like half the sequins that came in the kit. I still have enough to do another shaker if I want. And so now I'm just making sure they're all laying flat because they do like to a lot of times like stick up on me. And I am taking that last piece of release tape off and folding over the very last bit of this card. Now I had that other double-sided tape up a little high, so I just had to get it out of my way while I put down the final piece. Now I was originally going to put this on white card, on the white base, but I thought, no, I think black would look better. And so through the magic of editing, you saw a white card base, and then you saw the black. Boom. And I love you all. Little heart. It's been a long day so far, and I've got a graduation party to go to pretty much when I'm done with this voiceover. So, you know, aren't you pleased to know you're my first priority? So I am gluing down or taping down, as it may be, this little shaker window. Well, the whole thing's like a shaker window. And I have got the sentiment again, you are the song in my heart. And as you can see, I'm using the same pattern paper with the little hearts on it that I used on card number 2. Now in hindsight, I think it might be a little busy. I might have been better off just using entirely black. I don't know, but I can read it when I'm looking at it here on my desk. But when I'm looking at it on the video, it just looks a little hard to read. And I've got the little note. Now that I do a little bit of a different pattern paper I use. It's got like a diagonal rainbow on it, which you'll see when I turn this over. And I'm gluing all these down flat. I'm not popping up anything. And that's going to be it for card number 4. Now, card number 5 coming up is my favorite. I use all of the different colors of cardstock, and I cut them out with Heroes Infinity die, rectangle dies, in decreasing order. And so we've got, starting with red, going all the way down to purple, and we're going to take the little piano rainbow. And I decided right here that, hey, I think a landscape would look better than a portrait orientation. So I'm going to go ahead and I am going to do our little rainbow, piano rainbow in landscape orientation. And I decide that we are going to emboss it with some clear embossing powder. We're going to use that right over the Versamark black onyx ink. So we get that embossed, and see, we're just dumping the embossing powder. I like the clear embossing powder over the black ink better than black embossing powder because I don't have to worry about like little stray pieces getting anywhere. If a piece of clear embossing powder gets, you know, somewhere, big deal. And I'm also embossing my sentiment in white embossing powder on black. And that's Forget Your Troubles. And we are going to pop up that sentiment. But we're going to cut it down in a little rectangle after we're done embossing it. And again, this gets done pretty quick. So I'm just wiping off all the little powder. I remembered to use my powder tool for a change. And you are going to see me glue down each of these right now. There's my little stick figure there. I'm just having fun gluing, you know, making little portraits in my glue. I am a really bad artist. I can't draw to save my life. But, you know, you can like this video if you enjoy watching me make stick figures. And now here's that beautiful yellow. It is so nice. But I am so glad you are here watching my video. So if you enjoyed this at all, please hit the thumbs up, or I'd love to have you subscribe. You know, I think I just was trying to do some subliminal, you know, subscribe, subscribe. So anyway, there's that beautiful blue, and now we're on the purple. You can see it warped a little bit, but once we're done gluing it down, it's going to lay nice and flat. And we're going to put that sentiment right over the top of our piano rainbow. And at first I wasn't sure if it was going to go in the middle, but we put it in the middle. And I am done with these 5 cards now in record time for you, even though it took me a long time. So here are the 5 cards. Let me know what you think of them. Let me know if you have a favorite. Let me know what color you would have used for the sentiments on the rainbow backgrounds. So anyhow, thanks again for coming by. I hope you enjoyed this. And that's it. Bye-bye for now.